Hi guys, welcome to Pomcloset. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this lovely crop top, which you can adjust the length of like this part and the length of the sleeve. You can call it like a super crop top, and you can call it like super ripped crop tops. I don't know, you can decide. Here is the front. You have the front paddle, you have the side paddle, like two of them, and you have the sleeves. Like you can decide to go on the short sleeve or the long sleeve. And the back here, you can see it's kind of like crisscross back, which you can adjust to fit your size, your body type. You can wear this top with any items like I have now. I have the shorts. You can wear it with the skirt, with the bikinis bottom. If you're interested in making this kind of top, keep on watching. I will be using the yarn from Hobby, which is the Mayflower in like lavender color. I think number is 1478, 50 grams for 170 meters. You can use with the crochet hook number 3. You will also need a pear cutter, the yarn needle, and the measuring tape. I have done the little sample of the yarn gauge, and it works out like 5 stitches for 1 inch. And 2.6 rows is 1 inch. I will start from the middle piece of this top. I always leave the yarn for like 6-7 centimeters for weave in later. Do the slip knot, and for size S you can go for 45 chains, M 50, L 55 and XL 60. So I'm making like size M. I'm gonna go for 50 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is my 50 chain, and the measurement of these 50 chains is around 10 inches. For S you should have like 9 inches. For M, this is the M, 10 inches, L 11 inches and XL 12 inches. After that you need to change to, I'm going to use only half double crochet for the whole design. After change 2, we start to do the row 1 by do the half double crochet on the 3rd chain from the hook. This is for all sizes. Next change, half double crochet, continue doing the half double crochet until you reach the last stitch. You should have something like this, only half double crochets. And for row 2, change 2, turn the work and do half double crochet back loop only on the 3rd chain from the hook. Just 1, 2, and here's the 3rd one. The rest just repeat by do the half double crochet back loop only. Repeat this until you get to the last stitch. For size S and M, I'm gonna go for 16 rows. Alright, at the end you will have something like this, and then chain 1, pull the yarn through to secure the work. This would go in the middle part of your chest to cover the bust area, but if you want to have like the bigger piece, you can go for more rows. So this one will cover my bust. The length of these 16 rows here is around 6 inches. It's kind of like stretchy. If you want to have like the bigger piece to cover the bust, you can add a few more rows. Now you will need 2 pieces to go on the side of the chest, and I'm gonna start from leaving the yarn like this for weaving later, 6-7 centimeters. Do the slip knot and then chains 15. This is for all sizes, S, M, L and XL. Chain 15 chains, and this should be around 3 inches. Now we repeat the pattern of the half double crochet by change 2, do half double crochet on the third chain from the hook. The rest you will need to do the half double crochet until the last stitch. Here's the last stitch. Then chain 2 to start row 2. Now we need to do the half double crochet back loop only on the third chain from the hook. The rest you will also need to do half double crochet back loop only for the rest of the row. For size S and M you can go for 74 rows, for L 86 rows, for XL 98 rows. So continue doing this until you reach the number of the rows that I have mentioned. So I have done like one piece of these. I've started from here and then make it up to the length of my size. Here is my size S and M. The number of the row is 74 rows. Here I have put the stitch markers on row 16 because I have done like this first piece. That would be also 16 rows. So this one will go on the side like this. That's why I have put the stitch markers on here, kind of like front and back piece in one piece. And then you need to repeat one more piece of these. So now I have done the two side straps. It looks like the straps. I have put the stitch markers on SM here up to here. It's row 16. So we need to work out on this part first. I want to connect this part here together. So grab the yarn. I'm gonna start from this one first here by reconnecting the yarn. I always leave the end for sewing. Pull the yarn through, then change 2, and then you need to grab the other piece, slip stitch, and then change 2. For this part here I need to use the 2 chains to connect, and then go to the next half double crochet row, do the slip stitch, change 2, go to the next, go to the opposite piece where the half double crochet rows is, and then do slip stitch. So keep doing these like zigzag, zigzag. Change 2, move back to this piece here, go to the middle part of the half double crochet, slip stitch, change 2, back to the back piece, middle part of the half double crochet, slip stitch. Keep doing this until you complete row 16 for size S. M 19 rows, L 22 rows, and XL 25 rows. So row 16, chain 1, and then I'll cut off the yarn as well as put the stitch markers away. Here's how I have connected the side piece to the middle piece, and I'm gonna repeat the other side. Row 16, chain 1, pull the yarn through to complete the other side of the top. So you can see now the shape for the front part. So this part here will be the straps for your top. Weave the yarn as always. First weave in, do the slip knot, and I'm going to work on the width of my sleeve. I want to have the short sleeve, but if you want to have the long sleeve, just add more chains. I'm going to do like 20 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 chains. It should be around 5 inches once it's stretched. Do the 2 chains. Do half double crochet on the third chain from the hook. And do half of double crochet until you get to the last stitch. It's the last stitch. For row 2, chain 2, turn the work, half double crochet on the third chain from the hook, back loop only, This is what I use for the whole design. I'm gonna go for like 35 rows, S and M, because it will fit my armhole. For row 3 up to row 35, you need to repeat row 2. I have done one side of the sleeve at row 35 because I want this to be like the short sleeve and this is the length I want. But if you want to do the longer sleeve, you just add more chains at the beginning because we have working from this row here and then work it up. If you want the longer sleeve, just add more stitches, more chain at the beginning. After this, you can just like try this on if it fits your arms or the sleeves, so that should be fine. I don't want it to be too tight, so I'm just gonna go for like 35 rows. Now we need to connect the side here together. At the end of the row, before I chain one, I actually did chain one, but I'm gonna get back, turn the piece that have no yarn towards me, and insert the crochet hook on the very first stitch, and then pull the yarn from the other side through like this. And the next stitch you will need to work like for the front one, then pull the yarn through like this. Next stitch, just repeat, pull the yarn through, or the slip stitch. Next stitch, keep repeating this to the last stitch. Here's my last stitch. I will chain one first just to secure the work. So you can see here's the inside where I have connected. To turn this to the right side would be my small little sleeve, and then we need to bring the piece that we have done where I have the yarns connected. I want these to position these on the armpit like this, so it can hide under the armpit. Now I'm gonna use the same connecting technique as this part here, where you did change 2 slip stitch, chain 2 slip stitch, like the front piece, back piece. I want to have the same amount of row as this piece here. Count this down for 18 rows. Start from here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So just recounting to balance the number of the rows for my sleeve, as well as the other side. So 17, 18. 18 would be on this one here. For other sizes, you will need to recount the number of the rows. And then I will connect the side first before I connect the sleeve. Start from this end. I'm going to use the same connecting technique, reconnecting the yarn, and then just use 2 chains to connect. Put the sleeve on the side, and then I will connect this side part first. Back to the other piece, slip stitch, chain 2, back to the front, slip stitch, chain 2, back, slip stitch, chain 2. Just like the front part here where I have connected. I'm going to use this for all of the connecting part. Chain 1, and then I will cut off the yarn. So now I have the side connected. You can see here I have the armhole left, which I need to connect the sleeves later. You have the front piece, middle part of the front piece, and then you will have like this long piece here, which I have like work this for the front part and the back part together, because the shape should look like this. And before I do the other side, I'm gonna connect the sleeve by connecting the sleeve. It's also very easy. You can do actually the same connecting technique as the other part. So where I have the yarn, I'm gonna leave it underneath of the armpit and then use the 2 chain slip stitch zigzag, same as the other connecting part here, like this, starting from row 1 close to where I have the yarn left, and then change 2. I will start from the armpit, so that would be, you need to be able to find the row, and then do the slip stitch same as other part, chain 2, back to the next row of the half double crochet of this piece, chain 2, go back to the other side. It's easy technique, chain 2, back to this side, slip stitch, chain 2, back to the other side. Need to find the row. If you're not sure, you can put the stitch markers, but I'm just gonna count the row. Do this until you get brown to where you have started. Cut off the yarn for weave in and then repeat the other side. Alright guys, I have attached the 2 sleeves on the side. As I have mentioned, if you want a longer sleeve, you will need to add more chains. At the beginning, I've just used the 2 chains to connect for all the connecting areas, like this part here on the side. I have tried this top on, and this part here, it's quite big, might be showing too much of the boobies. Need to reduce this part here a little bit. I'm gonna start from like the back part, because I want to do the mesh, kind of like mesh rows, by connecting the yarn and then chain 4, double crochet, like I'll skip where the half double crochet rows and then just go to the stitch in between the 2 half double crochets, like these, to create the mesh gap, the mesh rows. Chain 1, go to the middle, change of the 2 mesh, chain 1, here's the middle part. I will keep repeating this all the way around, like up to where you have the front piece here. So once you get to the last two half double crochet rows, before you reach where you have connected the piece here, so you can see this is the middle part and this is where the side part, and here's where you have connected with the 2 chains. I have done the double crochet but haven't complete this yet, so I'm gonna go for another double crochet on the first stitch of the front piece, which is this one here. Now you have like 3 loops on the hook, and then just pull them all through to create, like you will have the corners like this. After I've done the mesh rows starting from the back of the top up to here, so this is where the corner of the top, so I want to join this part here by doing the 2 double crochets together. The rest just chain 1, skip 1, go to the next one and do the mesh. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, until you reach the last stitch of this front panel or the front piece here. Here would be the last stitch, skip 1 and chain 1, and then go to the last stitch of this front panel, like 3 loops on the crochet hook, and then just pull the yarn through like this, and then you need to go over to the between the 2 half double crochet rows, which is here, and then pull the yarn through like this. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, and then pull all the yarn through exactly the same as on the other side, like you joining the corner. The rest you need to chain one, and then just go to the middle part of between the two half double crochet rows, just like the other side. Chain one, and here's 2 rows of the half double crochet, just go in the middle. Repeat these. You need to go all the way around to the very end of the piece. Cut off the yarn with all the ends. So let's check how the tops look like. You have the front panel, 2 size panel, it's still the front piece, and then the sleeves, and let's check the back. So the last thing I want to do is to do the strings for the back piece. You can adjust the top to fit your size by pulling the strings, and the strings is very easy. So basically you will need to use 2 strands of yarn like this, and then change, do the slip knot, and then just change. I have done 300 chains, and the length is 2 meters. At the end, cut off the yarn and then just tie the knot to secure the ends here. Just inserting those strings from the first mesh of the bottom, one to the left, one on the right, and then do the crisscross kind of style. You can tighten this top later. So I'm gonna skip like 4 mesh gaps, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, go to the 5th one. Skip 1, 2, 3, 4, go to the 5th one, do the crisscross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, go to the 5th one. You can tighten it when you wear it. It's a lot easier when you wear it and then adjust it. If you think the string is too short, you can go for like 4 meters or 3.5 meters. And here it is, the finished top. It's S&M, but the this part here, this is the front panel. It's kind of like too short for me. What I did was, it's like 16 rows. I would go for like 20 rows to cover like the whole boobs here. And for other part, I think it's kind of like okay. But as I have made this top in size M, so it's gonna be like a little bit too big for me. So maybe I'll try another one and make one in size S. And the back side here is kind of like adjustable. You can tighten in the strings to fit your body. If you have any question, please leave it down on the comment section, and I will try my best to answer any questions. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Share the finished works on my Instagram account. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.